I don't know about you guys, but Minecraft survival has always been kind of lame. So in today's video, I'm gonna try my best to make an as realistic and unique Minecraft survival experience as possible. This is episode 1, where we are gonna be making the main area, or sort of hub for the map. We're also gonna try to create some basic mechanics, such as shops and dialogues, and finally get the player geared up and prepared for the big adventure. And hey, if you want to try out the map in its current state and give me some feedback, the current version is already out on my Patreon, with another version coming very soon, but more on that later. Okay, here's the idea. The world is built up like an adventure map, where you, the player, are a member of a cult, I mean a village. Now just a little hint for what to look forward to, the map will consist of 9 main levels, with one final level fighting a massive boss, the Star Goddess. Who wrote this script? Now to start off, I started working on the various houses for the village. Now I decided to go for a Japanese look, as I really wanted to use the new various types of wood, such as bamboo and cherry. I want the main area to consist of houses with different themes, such as this bar, and also include quite a few moving blocks and particle effects to really make the village feel more alive and unique. Now here you can see me making another small house, which by the way will all be open and be filled with interior. Yeah, this project is gonna be huge. Another thing to note during this project is that I'm also gonna be doing a weekly live stream where you guys can give me live feedback as I'm building. So if you want to see a stream with way too high bandwidth, then consider subscribing. Please guys, I need friends. Okay, so we've got some of the basic houses done. Now the next thing to tackle is of course a market stand, where you can buy some good drinks and substances. That sounds even worse. What am I doing? So after successfully escaping the Finnish police, I started off with the central market. Now this is essentially where you'll get to buy some additional items that may be useful during your adventures. The idea is that before entering a level, you have a little bit of time to prepare, for example by buying different items. Now I decided on a Mystic Trader's wagon, as there is nothing more convincing than a random van standing on the central market. I also did add 2 small market stands and a tree in the middle, and where you can buy stuff like food and weapons. Now of course the centerpiece of this hub is going to be the central tower. Now because of this, I wanted to really try to make it stand out, so yup, just kind of raising it up, there we go, and wow, would you look at that. Now I don't like landscaping, and I like texturing even less. So I quickly made a small part of a cliffside, which then using structure blocks I could just copy paste around the whole village. And yes, I realized way too late that I had made the cliffside way too big, and so now we're making a village double the size as it was supposed to be. It doesn't look fantastic, but AddTheMotion kindly offered to swing by in a couple days and make it look 10 times better. Particles are awesome, and that's the whole reason why I'm making this map in the first place. Realizing the potential of particle effects is insane, and of course I made a full-on tutorial on it. But thanks to particle effects we can now make a very cool looking map. And to start off, I made this really cool waterfall that has some cool smoke effects, and also this insanely cool looking windmill that moves around. The village itself is almost complete. There's just a few small additional things we need to make. I started off by making a dock connecting the village to the ocean, which you just may have to traverse later in the game. After the dock, I started working on an elemental gate connecting the village to the dark forest. This forest is said to be home to a lot of mobs, and is gonna be the first level you traverse. The gate going out symbolizes the 4 different elements in ancient cultures: water, fire, air, and earth. To finish the village off, I made a few final essential buildings, such as a mason's house, a library where you can get upgrades for your character, and finally a blacksmith where you can get some starter gear. Now of course I did make a lot more buildings than this, but I don't want to spoil everything for you if you want to actually download this thing. All I'm gonna say is that there are plenty of secrets for you to explore once you download the map. Now, an adventure map is not a proper map without some NPCs, so the next day I started working on getting the NPCs to work. Now, this is a lot easier said than done, as I gotta use a bunch of tags and a bunch of different clones of the NPCs to get it to work properly. But I feel like some of the discussions turned out quite good at the end, and I can't wait for you guys to see what they have to say. The story behind this map is that every year the village celebrates Star Festival, the day when the 10 stars align. However, this year only one of the stars has been showing up, and so you are asked to take on the quest of finding the rest of the star on a dangerous quest. If you're anything like me, you've probably played on at least one server where you can buy different items. Now, this could be loot boxes or different blocks for a little bit of, for example, gold. And so I really wanted to incorporate this into the actual map, as it just felt too perfect not to include it. Now this, I don't even want to talk too much about, because this was seriously the worst experience ever. But once I got the hang of it, it's pretty simple, and I am gonna be making a tutorial on how to make these shops in the coming days. And after a lot of trial and error, this is the result. After this, I made some basic texturing to the roads and then implemented the shop system from my testing world over to the actual world. After getting the Mystic shop to work, I also just copied that shop system over to the smaller market stands. Now, making a hyper-realistic game in Minecraft is near impossible without any mods. So in this video, I am using the... Wait, what shader pack am I using now again? The NRRDS shaders. Of course, if you want to make this even more realistic, you can just add more shaders, but for the most part I want to try to make it realistic in the way that it works with stuff like the environment and the textures. I also quickly added a little bit of a training area where you can just try out your weapons. And then finally added this second market stand with Roberta, who you guys can comment down below what she should sell. And so there we have it, the first episode of making the ultimate Minecraft survival experience. I hope you guys are as excited as I am. This has taken quite a few hours to make, so if you did enjoy the video, consider hitting that subscribe button. And like I already said, the map download is available on my Patreon, patreon.com/lowpolyfox. And I guess you could see this as a sort of 2000 subscriber special. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.